Franklin TV Sports presents Franklin High School Boys Soccer. Today on a spectacular day in Franklin, the homestanding Panthers with a record of 9-3-1 take on their rivals from the Hockomock League, Taunton High, who comes to town with a winless record. 0-12-1. Hi, neighbors, and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside, we welcome in Chris Shanahan, a junior here at Franklin. Our producer today is Chris Leverone. Two games, Chris Shanahan, two teams that are in opposite sides of the spectrum. Franklin red hot, and Taunton just struggling big time. They are winless, looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, we see Franklin has a 5-game win streak coming into this game, outscoring their opponents 20-1 throughout those 5. Dating back Taunton 2, they played September 17th. They beat them 5-0.
Yeah, I asked a coach for Taunton, which is Uri, let's check his last name, Rui Estrella. He said he had to miss that game, so he wasn't sure what happened, but Coach Nick Goldman told you and me before the game, Chris, that Franklin had a pretty easy time of it, but he's worried a little bit about Taunton. This is one of those trap games, you know, where the team is winless, and you give them a little bit of momentum, and maybe they score the first goal, and who knows what will happen. That's why they play the game.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for Franklin to come out hot and get it started. Don't give the Taunton team any type of hope going into this.
So Taunton 0-12-1, and Franklin 9-3-1, and in the Hawk, Franklin is 9-2-1, and all of the Taunton games have been played in the Hawk, 0-12-1. The officials for today's game are Fred Echeverry and Dan Murphy. So they'll be out in the yellow shirts, black trunks, and we'll be ready to launch this one. 2 40-minute halves, and Franklin, if the latest power ranking, Chris, they hold the 27th spot. It's a little bit odd because they have the great record. They're 27th in the state, 9-3-1. But strength of schedule sometimes goes in, and there's some teams that are down in the Hawk this year.
Yeah, it would seem, as we were talking to Coach before the game, said teams playing good. They've been really hot recently, but depending on who they play, puts them back in the rankings.
But Franklin still will be in the tournament unless they have a total collapse here, which we don't anticipate. And they're going to start a goalkeeper for themselves here today, Casey Flynn. And I thought he's played well. He's been alternating with Nick Francisco, but the nod goes to Flynn here today.
Yeah, Flynn, a junior, starting today. Should be good for Franklin. He's been solid.
Here we go. It's Taunton in the traveling white with red numerals, and Franklin in the home blue, navy blue with white numerals, and pink stockings for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Taunton going from right to left across your screens, and Franklin going from left to right. Franklin with some pressure here in the back end of Taunton's possession. Taunton gets it up to Leedson Lopes, and it's out of bounds, and ball will be put in play on the throw-in by Taunton. Ball out of bounds. It's going to be ruled in favor of Taunton. And here's the long throw-in. It's out of bounds, and Franklin will have it on the error by Taunton. Goes to the back line, chased down by Matt Honekamp. Now it goes deep, and Taunton with some upfield pressure. Shadows just beginning to form on the far side. There are gusts of wind, but 62 spectacular degrees at game time here in Franklin. Franklin tries to get it ahead to Wyatt Herndon, and Herndon with that blazing speed catches up to the ball, and he takes a push, and he's going to get a free kick. What about Wyatt Herndon? I know he's got some recent accolades.
Yeah, Wyatt Herndon recently winning the HockomockSports.com Player of the Week last week. He's been on an absolute tear. He's looked phenomenal.
The thing about that award, Chris, is that that's for all sports, not just in soccer. That's all the Hawk. He's Player of the Week in the entire sports, the whole venue of different events.
Yeah, incredible achievement for him.
So the play goes back in. We'll give you the starting lineups when we have a moment. Danny Reese is back in action. He was hurt for a game or two, but he's back, and he's starting for the Panthers. With it here is Kelvin Lopes. It's going to be pushed downfield by Jason Prowanka, and Prowanka wins it. Proenka charging, space up the middle, little lead pass for Herndon. He can't get to it cleanly. He kicks it back to Honekamp. Matthew on the drive, pass to Honekamp. Look at that dribbling by Matthew. And he's forced off the play, and the Panthers will have it on the lead end, the front end of the field. Matt Honekamp also was injured. He's back, one of their captains. Taunton playing without a key player. We'll talk about that. Ian Robichaud, there's the header in front of the net, sky high, and it's going to be saved by their goalkeeper, Logan Gallinger. And Gallinger will whip it out on the right side. Talking to their coach, Rui Estrella, he told you and me, Chris, that with his young team, he's trying to build a new culture. Little lead in here, and it's kicked out. He feels that if his team falls behind, they sort of fall apart, and that's a sign of a very young team. And he's trying to change that culture, but he knows it's not going to come early. But a goal here or two gives them confidence if they can stay with the Panthers in the early going.
Yeah, it'll definitely be important to see if Franklin can get the first one today. And if they do, see if they can just run away with it early. As he said, the morale for his team crumbles as they give up an early goal, especially the first one.
Throw-in goes through. Error in front. The ball is loose. The shot is blocked. What a nice save by Logan Gallinger. He came out of goal to make that save. Franklin with a good look. It looked like Taunton got a little bit lax on the play and let the ball trickle through. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Panthers. First corner. And Franklin will have it. Here they go. It is blocked by a defender. Back to Matthew Honekamp, who had the insert. Honekamp off his left leg. It's turned away. And here come Taunton. It's going to go out of bounds. A little bit of an unforced error there, perhaps. Starting for Taunton, it's going to be Gallinger in goal. Leetzen Lopes, defender. Daniel Freitas, a forward. Kelvin Lopes, a midfielder. Cristiano Arias, a forward. Play is in the corner. Franklin charging the net, coming through. It looked like one of their own players got a leg on it, too. The save made by Gallinger. Steri Simon is a senior midfielder. Xavier Mercado, a senior defender. Christian Rodriguez, junior forward. Benny Freitas, a sophomore midfielder. Alexio DePina, freshman midfielder. And Luis De Rosa rounds out the starting lineup. He's a defender, a junior, for Coach Rui Estrella. In his first year, he was a longtime coach at Massasoit Community College, where he played before moving on to the University of Hartford. Franklin coached by Nick Goldman. A long shot in is wide. Goldman in his first year taking over the program here at Franklin. 34-41 left, first half. No score, Franklin and Taunton.
Yeah, we'll see if Franklin can get some more pressure. Right now they have one shot on goal to Taunton 0. So see if they can keep the pressure on them.
Here's a goal kick coming for Gallinger. He's a junior. He just drops it to a teammate up front. Franklin putting some pressure. They have their forwards advancing. Good dribbling here near steal by Scagliarini. And Garrett has it. Up front for Herndon. Herndon in front. He's going to pass it on the left, charging through the shot and the goal. The great passing and the goal by the Panthers. That's that first goal you mentioned, Chris. And I think it's Matthew Honekamp, if I'm not mistaken, with that goal. Was that number 8? I think it's Matthew Honekamp. But how about the passing? That was the key of that drive for Franklin. 2 good passes. Or is that 8 or 9? I can't see that player charging out there. Let's see here. I got a good look at him now.
I believe
That's 9. Jason Proenka gets the goal at 34:02. Jason Proenka.
It'll be interesting now to see, as we're talking to Taunton's head coach, what their team does now. Starting down 1-0 early.
They hadn't played bad up until that point. No shots and goal, as you said, but it was a competitive first 5 minutes of the game, or 7 minutes, almost 7. Franklin now with that 1-0 lead. Remember, they defeated Taunton and in Taunton earlier on this season, 5-0. Taunton's been shut out a lot this season. I asked Estrella about morale of his team, which is, winless. He said, well, it's an issue, especially when they fall behind. So he's trying to change it. That's the furthest ball penetrated in by Taunton, but right to Gabe Terry, who's played well, to Herndon. Wyatt signaling players through.
Yeah, it was Herndon who set up that goal for
Yes.
Proenka down on Taunton's side. Good pass right to the middle and let Jason just tap that thing in.
Ball goes out of bounds off Franklin, who was knocked out by Luke Georges. Georges is back. Coach Golden was telling us before the game he's got everybody back. One player injured, Gabe Nunes, but everybody else is back, and he's happy about that. Here's a lead pass for Herndon. Can't get to it. Now Wyatt settles it down. Nice little chip pass over to Georges, and Luke will back it out. With it is Andre Masagia. Franklin taking it in, working it carefully. Centering ball comes through. That's happened twice today. And now Taunton covers it. And they try to start out, but it's blocked by Luke Georges. Georges goes behind a player, gets by two. Franklin with that good passing, the long shot in, the two-hopper, and the save as Proenka was looking for goal number 2.
Yeah, we saw right before that, just trying to get the ball in the middle to Herndon, which is their best idea. Herndon, he's been unbelievable so far this season.
Gallinger with a huge punt. Nice behind the back pass there to himself with that display of good etiquette. Good play was DePina. Franklin comes back quickly. Left-handed boot by Scagliarini is short, and it's going to be out of bounds. Let's see how they're going to call it. Is it going to be a corner? It might be a corner. That was off Taunton to their own goal, and Matt Honekamp will set it up again. Franklin had a pretty good look on their first corner. That's their second. They've given up none. And Honekamp has it teed up in the far side. Matthew takes a glance at the field. Hands up, and here he comes. Right in on goal, and it hit the side of the net. The rebound and the goal. The rebound and the goal. I think it was Terry. I think that was 25, if I'm not mistaken. Gabe Terry gets the goal. I believe that ball, it couldn't have hit the side of the net because that would be out of bounds. I don't know what it hit, but Terry makes it 2-0. But the key was the nice entry pass by Matt Honekamp. Score comes at 30-50. Well, it's something to be behind 1-0, but that second goal, is it going to be tied or is it going to be a 2-0 lead? The 2-0 lead, that's going to be a huge boost for Franklin, a tough break for Taunton.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting now to see how Taunton responds to this. They haven't even been able to get the ball deep in Franklin's zone at all.
No.
They're really going to have to step it up.
Yeah, the only ball that went through was not much of anything, and now here's a big hit coming through. Daniel Freitas just blasts down Wyatt Herndon, and Herndon comes up clapping. He's okay, but he took a hit by Daniel Freitas, the senior forward. He'll get a free kick inside midfield. Wow, he was kind of blindsided there. And it's going to be, let's see who they're going to give. They'll have Matt Honekamp take the kick. Herndon went down inside midfield. 2-0 Franklin. Here comes Honekamp. He's going to drill it deep, and that's going to be over everything. What a blast by Honekamp. He hit that in the air a good 45 yards, maybe more.
Yeah, we've seen Honekamp with some great kicks so far, just setting up opportunities for Franklin to score.
We go under 30 minutes in the game. Little turnover here deep in the end. Here's a blast, and hitting it over everything was a Panther. Kicked it too high, maybe a little too anxious. And that kick was made by Connor Mason. Goal kick coming for Gallinger and Taunton. Short. Tries to be settled down, and it is by DePina. And here come the Taunton team up the left wing. Chased back down there by Franklin. They're going to box out, and it hits the post. Let's see what they're going to rule here. I guess they say off Taunton, so a goal kick. And the first time in the game that Casey Flynn touches the ball.
Yeah, furthest down, Taunton's been able to get it in Franklin's zone. Defense has been really good.
Franklin starts out for their own end. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. Pete Royce and Chris Shanahan on the call here today. Back for Scagliarini, one of their captains, along with Herndon and Matt Honekamp, to midfield. And is popped up by Masagia. Midfield, another unforced error, but Franklin can't control it. It just gets through. Move here, and it's going to be stolen. Taken back on the fly is Honekamp. Matthew looking upfield. Goes low. Too strong, though, and unable to be fielded there, I believe, by Connor Mason. And here comes Taunton back. It's out of bounds off Franklin. A little throw-in coming for Taunton. 2-0. 27:36 to go, first half.
Yeah, Franklin's been dominating to say so far. They have 4 shots on goal to Taunton 0, and the result of that, they got 2-goal lead.
Yeah, 2 out of 4. That's a pretty good ratio. And how about Gabe Terry, the defender, getting the goal for Franklin? And here can be rolled up to their goalkeeper. He'll have to kick it because it comes from a teammate. He does. Goes low, right side. Herndon. Little burst of speed, gets to the ball, sends a player away on the left wing. Goalkeeper way out of position, and he's going to, at the last minute, tip it aside.
Yeah, interesting move by goaltender there. Just kind of got anxious, a little nervous, and just chips it out, give Franklin the ball back.
Proenka was charging there. He had to do something, did Gallinger, and he finally tipped it off to the sideline. It's just like a corner, but it'll be I don't think it'll be a kick. It'll be a throw-in. See how far the Panthers can get this in. Good run up and a nice long throw in front. Ball is loose. Taunton fanned on the kick. Franklin with that pressure keeps it in the offensive zone. Honekamp in there. It's finally blasted out, and Gabe Terry will go back at this charging player for Taunton coming in, and Terry will go back to Casey Flynn. Oh, what skill shown there by Honekamp. Just eluded a would-be defender. Come upfield with it. Franklin tries to keep it in. They do on the left. No, it's out of bounds, but Proenka with the quick throw in. Scagliarini charging, and it goes off, and it's going to be, I think, a goal kick the other way for Taunton.
Yeah, it was a real smart play there by Proenka on the left side. Quick throw in, gets to his teammate, gives Scagliarini a chance.
So Gallinger will have it at his own goal line, extended right. Goes short. Now it's blasted out. Franklin with that solid defense. They've had solid offense as well. Taunton will go all the way back, but this is a race. The goalkeeper again makes the decision. He'll have to boot it. Headed by the Panthers to midfield. Nice kick there by DePina, but Franklin steals it. That steal was made by the Panthers. Jabril Brahimi. Honekamp goes back. And Franklin will roll it back. Kick by Flynn to midfield. And Franklin controls at midfield. That is Brahimi. throw-in coming for the Panthers. We played 16 minutes in this game. Franklin 2, Taunton no score. Franklin will be pushed back 5. Again, the officials, Fred Echeverry and Dan Murphy. Last time we had Dan Murphy, he was refereeing the game with his daughter, Leah, who's also a basketball official. Proud moment for Dan. Play in. Franklin goes back on defense. The Tigers have it upfield. Again, having difficulty getting anything near a shot off. Franklin first to the ball. Tigers back on defense. Here comes Franklin again to midfield. Nice pass. On the right side, it's going to go to Josh Rappa. Rappa, Scagliarini with a beautiful move. The pass in front just locked up was Honekamp. He couldn't quite get to it. That would have been a beauty.
Yeah, great play set up there by Scagliarini and Rappa. Give Honekamp a chance in the middle, try to make something happen.
22:52 to go, first half. Taunton hanging around a bit, 2-0. First game between the two teams back in early September. The Panthers won 5-0. Throw-in coming on that far sideline. Stolen. Here come the Tigers. It's going to be kicked out. That's the hustle played there by Honekamp, who made Taunton get rid of the ball too soon. Now the ball rolls up back to Taunton. Honekamp will drive it back, but to a Tiger. Taunton, can they have their first look at a goal? Not going to be easy. Franklin pushes the defense out. Controlling it here is going to be Christian Rodriguez. And now it's loose. Controlled by Mercado. Before Dorr could get it, Franklin tips it away. Back to the Taunton zone. Play in the middle of the field. Proenka boxes out. And I think he does not get it. He does not get it in time. And it's going to be Taunton with the throw in at midfield. A couple of subs coming in. I believe it's the first sub of the game. And coming in for Franklin is going to be Jimmy Hopkins. Hopkins, the senior. Coming up on 21 minutes to go in the first half, nearly midway through. Long driving kick. It's going to be let into the arms of a waiting Casey Flynn, the junior goalkeeper.
Yeah, Flynn's still waiting to see some action from Taunton trying to score. Still no shots on goal for them.
Scagliarini, hesitation move. No, I'm sorry, that was not. That was Luke Georges. This is Georges again. Gets away from trouble, tips it, gets it forward. Franklin driving it. They got some space. They send a player in. It gets by everybody. On the hustle for it there is Alex Connell. The goalkeeper comes way out of position to dive on the ball. Logan Gallinger getting his workout here today. Gallinger with the long, he's got a strong leg. Gets it beyond midfield. Franklin again using some power to control the ball. This is Brahimi Jabril. Back to the back line. Franklin just showing their skill sets and controlling the ball. Great dribbling. Terry, he's got a goal. He lets one go. It's going to be gathered in there by Taunton. And for the Tigers, it's going to be Luis DeRosa. More than midway through the first half, Franklin holding on. They haven't scored since 30-50, so they've gone 10-plus minutes without a score. And Taunton has gone the full 21-40 without a score.
Yeah, we've been seeing Taunton. They're getting the ball over midfield into Franklin's side, but they just can't get anything close enough to take a good look and good shot on net.
Nope, no real shots for Taunton. Not a good throw in there by the Tigers, but they get it back towards midfield. Franklin steps in. Great battle for it there. And here come the Tigers with it. A spin move by DePina. And now it's controlled back by Franklin. Honekamp, left wing. Charging all the way was Scagliarini. He goes down, and a whistle stops play. Scagliarini took a hard hit. Let's see what they call here. This could be a free kick for the Panthers if it's on Taunton. It's going to be a great look. Scagliarini went down hard. There was two players kind of vying for position. Let's see what they call here. It looks like a free kick for Franklin right in front of the goal. Let's see who's going to take it. Scagliarini and Honekamp are right there hanging around the ball. Scagliarini, he comes through. He's going to go for the goal, and the save by Gallinger. So he went right for the goal, and a nice save by Gallinger on the free kick for Franklin.
Yeah, Gallinger's made some good saves down the stretch so far. Really keeping Tigers in this game.
He really is. Franklin dominating play on the field. This is Rappa. He goes down hard. Game getting physical. DePina, he controls it. Rappa tries to come back and gets a foot on it. Scagliarini on the right side for Hopkins. The centering ball right in front. He gets through. The rebound shot in the goal. Franklin stays with the play, and getting the goal for Franklin is Jabril Brahimi. Well, we said Franklin hadn't scored in a while. Maybe Brahimi heard us. He makes it 3-0 Franklin.
Big goal for Franklin there. Didn't score in 10+ minutes of play. Finally get back, get another one. And it'll be now really interesting to see if Taunton can mentally stay in it.
Yep, that's going to be their challenge. It has been for them all season long. 3-0 goals by Proenka, Terry, and Brahimi. So Brahimi makes it 3-0. 16:50 to go in the first half. Pete Royce with you. Chris Shanahan, the Franklin Jr., alongside here in the press box. We welcome Chris to our telecasts. His first on-air appearance of the season. Left-footed boot is going to be picked by Franklin. Can they keep it in bounds? No. Taunton will have it. So Brahimi didn't start. He's got a goal. And Proenka started. He's got a goal. And Terry started. He's got a goal. So two starters with goals, one non-starter with the 3 goals for Franklin. One non-starter with a goal, making the 3 goals for Franklin. It's going to roll all the way in. That's a shot on goal from way downtown. Is that their first?
Yeah, that's Taunton's first shot on goal.
It was like a 65-yard blast, but it qualifies because it was right in the center. I think it would have reached the goal. I mean, it was dying, but it was caught, picked up in there by Flynn. Brahimi. Panthers. Honekamp just outmatched his opponent on that. Here comes Matthew on the fly. Matthew reverses to the right side and is kicked out. He had a head of steam up. Wow. He's got the speed too. Rappa with the throw in. Coming up on 15 minutes to go in the half. Josh, long throw in. It's a beauty in front. Franklin gets a leg on it. Goalkeeper is out. And he picks up the ball with 15 minutes left in the first half. Fast moving, a spectacular day here in Franklin. Gallinger with the long punt. Takes a high hop. Honekamp just darting back and forth. Gets it over to Georges. Now Josh Rappa controls. He'll drop it back.
Yeah, Honekamp has just been all over the field in this first half. On defense and offense, just making plays for the Panthers.
Little pressure shown here by Taunton. They have a couple of forwards in the front end. Franklin. And there it's picked off. This is a good possible look in the long shot in. That's going to be wide. No shot on goal. It was wide. Thought maybe, Chris, he released that ball a little bit too soon. He had some open space. Decided to go for the long shot instead of dribbling it in further.
Yeah, coach probably would have liked to see him go in more, take a better look, but that's been their best scoring opportunity in the first half.
Yes, it has. 3-0. Under 14 minutes left in the first half. Casey Flynn, he's a junior like yourself, Chris. Do you know anything about Casey Flynn in the classroom and so forth?
AC Flynn, yeah, he's a good student. I have homeroom with him.
All right.
I'll see him every morning. I'll talk to him on Monday about this game for sure.
Okay, yeah. Foul on Taunton, a free kick coming. Honekamp, of which Chris just spoke. We'll have it inside right at the 35. Let's see how he elects to play it. It's a long, deep blast. The wall is on the right for Honekamp. A couple of players on the left. Matthew waiting. Now delivers. He's going to go right side short. Back to Honekamp on the give and go. Matthew to a Panther on the right. Charging through it there is Georges. It's out of bounds, and it's going to be, let's see how they're going to rule it, a throw-in coming for Franklin. No goal, no corner, throw-in coming. 12:42 to go, 3-0, Franklin on top. Long throw-in by Rappa. Wow, a beauty. The head there in front. Remember on one of their other goals, it was the rebound that was the main thing. Not just the first throw-in, but where does the ball go next and who's the first to get to it? And Franklin showed the great speed, and Brahimi had tipped one home.
Yeah, right there, Hopkins trying to go up, and I think he got a piece of it, just a little offline. Get on net. Good chance for Franklin.
Goal kick coming for Gallinger. He's a junior. Pair of juniors in goal for their respective teams. Gallinger goes short. Under 12 to go, first half. Later on today, we'll give you the rundown of all of the latest MIA power rankings for Franklin across all the sports that are ranked. So stay tuned for that. Hustling for it now is Zach O'Mahoney O'Sullivan. For Rappa, back in front, it's intercepted. Long drive, intended for DePina. He gets to it. Gets by. DePina charging in. Franklin boots it. That's going to be off of Taunton. And this should be a goal kick coming for Franklin. As we said, Taunton lost one of their better players, if not the best player, out early, I think, in the second game. Ian Robichaux goes down. He was one of their captains. He was playing good. Went down, I believe, in the second game. He's lost for the season. And Coach Rui Estrella has had to mix and match to kind of replace him. Long kick out towards midfield. Takes a high hop, a lot of spin on it. Headed up by the Taunton Tigers. Franklin tries to control it in the game now is Jackson Labella. Quick throw in. Trying to send Hopkins away. And that's going to be kicked out of bounds, and Franklin will have it further upfield. Long throw in by Rappa again. He doesn't waste any time. Headed there by Hopkins. And that's going to be a corner here for Franklin. That should be their third corner of the game.
Yeah, and on their last corner, I believe it was Terry's goal.
Yeah.
On the left side from the kick in by Honekamp. See what Franklin can do here.
Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the first half. Here we go. Left-footed boot. Comes right through. Gets by everybody. He's going to be chased down. Panthers keep it in play. Now it's out, and it'll be back to Taunton. 9:42 to go in the first half. Again, the officials Fred Echeverry and Dan Murphy. 4 subs coming in from Franklin. Nick Goldman going to his bench with a lot of flexibility here. And one of the players in is going to be Ethan Pramod. We'll pick up a few of the other players as we can. Pramod wears 17. The other 17 with it for Taunton for the moment. Also in the game is Will McCauley, 22. So he's in there. Also in the game for Franklin, Masagia checks back in. He had a breather, I believe. Throw-in coming for the Panthers. In the game is Richie Popovic. So those are your, I believe, the 4 players subbed in. Quick goal kick, rather a quick release from Gallinger up the left side for Nick Raposa. Franklin has it back. Jackson Labella can't get to it. Good footwork there. Kept in bounds by Raposa. Now he loses it. Franklin with it. This is Jackson Labella for Brahimi, who's got a goal here today. Back to Labella on the throw-in. Goes for Pramod. Pramod spins through, gets the ball back on a pass from Alex Solaris. He was the 4th one in for Franklin. This is Solaris with it. Alex off of Taunton Tiger comes charging through for Pramod. Pramod has the ball skip through. Franklin tries to keep it into their offensive zone, and they do with a little punch kick there by Jackson Labella. Good hustle by Brahimi. Brahimi, now he loses it. A little push by Brahimi, and that's going to be Taunton with a free kick deep in their own end with 7:30 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Taunton. See if Coach Estrella tries to get them more offense brewing up, push the ball downfield more.
Long left-footed boot. Carries through. Brahimi sticks a leg in there, messes it up, and Franklin wins the ball. Now whistle stops play. It's for an injury. And down for Franklin is Jabril Brahimi. And with that, we'll take a look at some of the rankings in the MIAA. Let's take a look at football. Football, the team is 4-1, and they're number 4 in the state. How about that for, I'm sorry, that's field hockey. Football is also 4-1. They're number 7 in the state. Field hockey, 14-1-0. They're number 4 in the state. Number 1 in field hockey in the state is Lincoln Sudbury. Number 1 in football is Boston College High. And in boys soccer, we said the Panthers here are 27th with a 9-3-1. Number 1 in boys soccer is Newton South. In girls soccer, the Panthers are 19th with an 8-1-4 record, so 4 ties. The number 1 team in the state in girls soccer is Natick. And in volleyball, the Panthers are 12-4. They have the number 7th ranked team. They are the number 7th ranked team in the state. And number 1 is Newton North. So Newton North, number 1 in volleyball, and Newton South, number 1 in boys soccer. There's your rundown of all the ranked teams up to date. That was as of this morning with the latest release of the MIAA rankings. It's hard to believe, Chris. The season has about 4 or 5 regular season games, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then we go to playoff mode.
Yeah, it's gone by quick, but Franklin fall sports have been really good this year.
Oh, gosh, yes. Look at all those top 10 teams. There's a kick on goal. It's not on goal. It's wide. 3 teams in the top 10, which is amazing, led by field hockey, number 4, which is incredible for Coach Michelle Hess. Nothing new with Michelle. Football 7 and volleyball 7 as well. Congratulations to all of the ranked teams. 3 in the top 10 in the state. Should be a great, great postseason tournament here coming up in just about 2 weeks. Battle for it here. A little pushing and shoving. Ball is won by Leetzen Lopes. No, they're going to turn it back to Franklin now. In the game now for Franklin is Aiden Orojo. He's a big fellow out there. Orojo, also a junior. Throw-in coming for Jackson Labella. Pramod gets through, taps it, but it goes over to the Tigers. Daniel Freitas, he sends one away. A little header forward, coming through with the charge. Stopping and coming back to really block it was Jake Lorenzo. He did a great job closing on that would-be attacker for Taunton. Taunton wins the ball. That was their best possible breakaway, but Lorenzo with that great speed blocked it.
Yeah, it's not easy to score on this Panthers team. They have 7 shutouts throughout the season, which is just absolutely tremendous for them.
Yes, exactly. Including arch rival King Philip. Mentioned Taunton. The win over Attleboro, incredible, 1-0. Milford, they lost 2-0. Then wins over Canton 5-0. Foxborough 6-0. King Philip again 3-0. Those are the shutouts that Chris mentioned, 7 in number. Ball is back deep. Look at their goalkeeper. Oh, that was interesting. It was a pass from his teammate. I'm not sure that's what they wanted to do. But now Gallinger gets back in there inside the crease. He was expected to get the ball himself, but he didn't. And he's hurt, Chris. Gallinger is limping. He's hurt.
Yeah, it looks like either one of his legs, his shins might have got hit, dinged up there.
Pramod, nice play. Pramod gets through. Pramod charging. Now it's blocked by Tiger. 4 minutes to go in the half. Fast-moving first half. Franklin 3, Taunton no score. At 2 minutes, the clock will stop on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard and will be controlled by the officials on the field, Echeverry and Murphy. Throw-in coming for Jackson Labella. He gets it upfield. A lot of subs in the game for Franklin. That one goes off of Alex Solaris. Solaris, a senior. 3:30 left, first half.
Yeah, it seems Gallinger's holding at that left knee.
Yeah.
And holding the goalpost.
I'm not sure his coach noticed it or what, but they didn't stop play. Chasing it, trying to chase it down was Masagia. And Franklin keeps it in at the far side. They'll roll it back. This is Aiden Orojo. Back to the back line. This type of ball control offense is something the Tigers have been unable to do. Very few passes connect for the Tigers. Franklin steals it. Charge up the left side. It's going to roll out, and going down hard was Will McCauley. And they're going to award the ball to the Tigers with 2:34 to go here in the first half. Franklin 3, Taunton Tigers no score. Pramod on defense. And he hits it. And he's going to try for the steal. He gets the steal, Pramod, and he sends it back out. Deflected there. And controlled now by Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Labella. Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Right now, 2. So the clock is stopped on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard. O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Ball is turned over. Here come the Tigers with some space on the left side. No, it's blocked. Taken back by Jake Lorenzo. Orojo tried to get to it. Controlled now by Nicholas Dorr for Taunton. Again, hard for Taunton to cross the midfield stripe with it, with confirmed control. About 1:20 unofficially left in the first half. Going behind his back with it is Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. And a player goes down. Injury timeout. Let's check out that player. He's being helped up. And it's Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Sophomore. Defender, midfielder. And did they call the first half? It was a quick 2 minutes if they did. I can't imagine that was 2 minutes. I had about a minute gone of the 2 minutes. But it looks like Taunton, it's interesting, something was out of sync there because I had just the start of the 2 minute period, the final two, and Taunton and the two coaches are gathering their teams up. So we'll call it the end of the first half. So we're going to take a break, 3-0 Franklin, and we'll be back for the second half in about 9 minutes. You're watching exciting Franklin High Soccer on Franklin TV. We'll be back in about 9 minutes. Stay tuned for more exciting action. Welcome back to Piscini Stadium on a spectacular day on a beautiful campus. We're at halftime of Franklin Soccer against Taunton. Pete Royce with you, Chris Shanahan alongside. Our producer director today is Chris Leverone. And Chris, 3-0, not a rout, but a chance for Coach Nick Goldman to get a lot of subs into the game in the first half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does in the second half. They got a lot of room to work with. Taunton really hasn't got anything going on offense.
Yeah.
See if I can just keep it up and just keep putting the pedal.
I say about the subs because it's going to be so important for that experience factor to raise itself towards the end of the season, and most importantly for postseason play. So if you get in there, get some good game action, you can take that going forward in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely important for Franklin here. Sitting like, I think it was 27 in power rankings.
27th, yeah.
27. Yeah, definitely could be higher, but again, the strength of schedule for them. But they've been playing really good all year.
They really have. They started with a loss, and since then only 2 losses, one to Milford and one to St. John's Prep of Danvers. Now that's a powerhouse. That's an amazing game. Coach Nick Goldman said it was quite a game. Only lost to St. John's 1-0, which was a big lift, I think, kind of a moral victory for the Panthers. Of course, you want to win, and that was on the road in Danvers. So we go with the starting lineup. Let's give it to you. I don't think we gave you the Franklin starters. Casey Flynn in goal. Danny Reese, defender, midfielder. Matt Honekamp, midfielder. Jason Proenka, midfielder. Garrett Scagliarini, midfielder. Wyatt Herndon, a forward. Andre Massagia, a junior midfielder forward. Connor Mason, midfielder forward. He's a senior. Luke Georges, a senior defender. Aiden Klein, senior defender. And Gabe Terry, the senior defender. So we're ready to launch the second half. 62 degrees at game time. It's probably ticked down maybe a degree or so. Shadows covering about 35-40% of the field. Time the game is over, it'll be engulfed in shade, and the only thing that will be in the sun will be you and me up here in the press box, where the sun is always a factor with the low-setting sun across the way as we look on to the west side of the field. Franklin, again, will take the kickoff here as we start, and they'll go from right to left. Scagliarini with the ball. And he puts a shot on, but it's blocked by a defender and kicked back, so Scagliarini unloads. Out to the top for Danny Reese. Chased down by Honekamp. 3-0. Franklin with the lead. Just underway here in the second half. Controlled there in the corner. Franklin charging, passing, the little quick release, the great save, the rebound, and the goal. Tremendous pressure on Franklin. And let's see who is going to get that goal. I think it was Scagliarini, but I'm not sure. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I think Scagliarini got that one off the rebound. Good play by him. Would have crashed the net.
Garrett Scagliarini, unofficially, will give it to him at 39:01. 59 seconds into the second half, and Franklin leads it 4-0. Play back in. Beautiful movement of the ball by the Panthers. Here's Scagliarini again, controlling it. Back out it comes to Massagia. Now it's picked off in there by Taunton. Taunton drives one forward. The race for it is on and is controlled by Silva. And he puts one onto the backside of a Franklin player. Honekamp will get to it now. Left-footed boot in heavy traffic, and there's a near steal, but kicked out. And a nice play by Massagia to stop the advance for Taunton.
Yeah, we'll see now if Taunton down in Franklin's side of the field, if they made any adjustments at halftime. Try to get more pressure on Flynn and net. He hasn't really faced any real scoring opportunities.
No. Scagliarini tries to send Herndon away with that speed, and he almost gets to it. Wyatt Herndon, the player of the week across all sports by the Hockomock.com, Hawksports.com. Player of the week in the Hockomock League, Wyatt Herndon. Just a fun player to watch. Throw in coming for the Panthers. They lead it 4-0 now. In front, The ball is kicked wide. Was that off of Taunton? If so, it should be a corner. That should be a corner. And having it teed up will be Matt Honekamp. For Franklin, they had in the first half 3 corners. This is their 4th one of the game. Taunton has had none. Another sign of how dominant the Panthers have been. Honekamp in the far corner. Prowenka is in front there. Also in the game now is Aiden Klein. Here's the kick by Honekamp. Right in front is blocked. A couple of white shirts around it, and they get it out. Chipped forward. Covering it here for Franklin is Richie Popovic, who's in the game. Popovic gets to it. Turns it over to Masagia. Prowenka is tripped up a little bit. No call. Ball is turned back to the Tigers. They charge it up. 3-on-4. Hesitation move. Blocking it was Danny Reese with a nice play. Taunton a little more disciplined here in the second half than they showed in the first.
Yeah, it already seems, starting the second half, Taunton more pressure in Franklin's zone, better ball possession, everything, time on attack.
Ball goes out of bounds, and Franklin will have it deep in their own end. We've played just over 3 minutes here in the second half. Franklin with only 2 more home games this season in the regular season. Taunton, hesitation move. Franklin turns it over. Terry with a nice block from his defensive position. Reese battling a Tiger, battling Mercado. Player goes down, Danny goes down, Mercado goes down, foul called against Franklin, and a free kick coming for the Tigers of Taunton with 35:09 left in the game. Pete Royce with you, Chris Shanahan making his debut as a broadcaster here, the junior at Franklin High working alongside Chris Leverone, our producer tonight. Free kick for the Tigers inside the 45-yard line. Wall to the left. It's going to go up the middle, all the way through. Ball in front. Heavy traffic, and a nice decision made by Flynn to dive on the ball. That ball carried through. It was up for grabs, and Flynn just pounced on it, ending the would-be bid for their first goal of the game.
Yeah, really nice play by Flynn. They're just sorting through the traffic, able to find the ball, make a good play.
Flynn with a long boot. Another long strike in. Franklin hustling for it. This is Aiden Klein. Can he get to it? No, he could not. And the Tigers will have it in their offensive zone. It's not a corner, but it's near the corner, but it'll be a throw-in, not a kick. Under 34 to go now in the game. Here's the throw-in. Headed out by Terry. Now the long kick forward. Controlled by Taunton at midfield, and they're going to send one high and out of bounds. Danny Reese will put it in play for the Panthers. For Gabe Terry. Franklin can't clear it. Now the Panthers come out with it. Left-footed boot. Up to Connor Mason. Franklin tries to send Scagliarini away. Couldn't quite get to it in time. The hustle by the Panthers, contact. Good hustle, but it's going to be off Franklin. It'll be a kick coming back, a throw-in coming back for Taunton. With 33 minutes exactly left in the game.
Still waiting on Taunton's first goal this game, if they do get one. It wouldn't be much of a surprise, though, if Flynn gets another shutout.
Yeah, we remembered they've been shut out a number of times. 8 times to date of their 12 losses, 8 by shutouts. Haven't scored a lot of goals. They did have an impressive 2-2 tie with Attleboro. That was pretty good. They had 3 goals against Stoughton, but they lost by 3. So that was a little more wide open. Play back in. Throw in coming for the Taunton Tigers. Taunton High School, probably the biggest school enrollment-wise in all of the Hawk. Just a huge population down there. It's going to roll back to their goalkeeper, Gallinger. He booms it. Kicked back by Franklin. Scagliarini with an awesome kick. Sets up Herndon. Now it's lost. Franklin's back line right on it. They're holding their positions well. A header there by the leaping Gabe Terry. And it's going to be a violation on Taunton. Might have touched a player in his hand. And it's going to go to the Panthers with a free kick from right around midfield. I believe this is Proenka with it. Long, powerful kick goes all the way on the fly, hauled in by Gallinger. That was a 50-yard boot.
And it's good to see Gallinger back. You know, he had the injury right before the half. I think it was his left knee. He's all good to play second half.
I think I said Proenka. That might have been Honekamp with that long boot. Here's Matthew. Sets up Massagia. In the corner it goes. Franklin controlling it. Nice move there. Still controlling it. Charging through. In front. Kicked away. This could be a corner coming up for the Panthers. Should be a corner with 30-30 left in the game. Let's see how they set this up. They're going to go to the near side for the corner.
Yes, this will be Franklin's 5th corner, too, I believe. So
right.
Honekamp will send it in.
Yep, Honekamp. 5 corners for Franklin. None for their worthy opponent today, Taunton High School. In front, goes over everything and goes past and will be out of bounds. A powerful kick there, but a little bit too strong. It'll be a goal kick coming for Taunton. Under 30 to go here in the game. Franklin has the next home game is going to be on Tuesday. They will host Attleboro, 6 o'clock kick there. Then Franklin goes on the road for 2, and they wrap up the regular season at home on October 29th against St. John's of Shrewsbury. That'll be a 6 o'clock kick. Franklin controlling it, still charging, coming through the hesitation, comes out over to Massagia, and his pass is picked off in there. Can the Tigers get to it? No, it's going to be an unforced turnover. That's the type of play that really hurts the team. They can't get something started if they turn it back unforced-wise deep in the Franklin zone, in their own zone. Now that's going to be kicked. I think that made the end line. There should be another corner. Unless it went outside the flag. I think it went inside the flag. There should be a corner kick for the Panthers. It'll be number 6. See how they do with this one. 3 in the first half and 3 here in the first 12 minutes of the second half. There's a short throw in front. Right there, the turnaround shot. Just wide, I believe. And turned away. It just went outside the goal crease to the left. Good look. Franklin took it in short, had a one-on-one down low, and the shot just went wide.
Yeah, really good opportunity there for Franklin. It's very surprising they didn't capitalize on it and score. Been so dominant today.
Foul on Franklin. Free kick coming for Taunton. 4-0. Isn't it 4-0?
4, yeah, I believe the scoreboard's wrong.
Yeah. Should be 4-0. Scoreboard showing 3. Long kick. Franklin starts it out with it. Connor Mason for Herndon. Look at him fly. Unbelievable. Herndon, Wyatt Herndon. Left-footed boot is blocked. Controlled by the Panthers. In front, there's the little chip shot, and it just goes wide on the shot by Andre Masagia.
That was an incredible shot and an incredible save there by Gallinger. Massagia thought he had. I think everyone here watching thought that was going to be a goal for Franklin.
In front, and there's the blast. What a save by Gallinger! Point blank save on the blast by Terry. How did he get that one? I'm sorry, that was not Terry. That was Luke Georges. What an incredible save by Gallinger right in front. Wow.
Incredible save there.
They at 4-0. Here's Terry now for Danny Reese back in the back line. Matthew Honekamp will start it out with under 27 left. Honekamp on the fly. He powers his way through. Nothing was stopping that freight train going up the field. And it's going to be, see, did they say off of Taunton? Or was it off of Franklin? Off of Franklin is the call. It's going to be a goal kick. Thought maybe it was defended, but nope. They're going to give the goal kick to the Tigers. Franklin with some pressure in the offensive zone. Nice play by Scagliarini. Franklin with a backwards kick. They still get the job. Goalkeeper's out of position. Kicked upfield, kept in by the Tigers. Franklin swarming to the ball. That's going to be kicked to the sideline, and it clears, and it's into the woods. 25-39 left. Franklin 4, Taunton no score. Throw in coming for the Panthers. Blocked, and they'll have it again. Taunton can't get back. Long kick, and that's over everything. Like a field goal try. And it'll be a goal kick coming for Taunton. Tigers struggling 0-12-1. They'll be home to Sharon on the 22nd of October, home to King Philip. Then on the road at Milford, they close out against Durfee, which is interesting. That's probably on the schedule because their head coach, Ruri Estrella, is a graduate of Durfee High down in the Fall River area. And that's their last game, non-conference game for the Taunton Tigers. Franklin just settling down. No pressure on the Panthers here with the big lead. Battle for it there, and Alex Connell tried to win it, cannot. Throw in coming for the Tigers, and Christian Rodriguez. This is he with it. Chased down by Masagia. Nice kick upfield by Scagliarini, and he shows his speed, and it cannot get to it, but the only thing a Tiger could do was hit it behind the bench.
It'll be interesting, too, to see if Franklin can get one more. That would be their 5th game this season with 5 or more goals scored.
Okay, interesting. Josh Rappa, speaking of 5, number 5 is in the game for Franklin. Rappa does not start, but he plays a lot. Franklin protecting the ball. It's going to go out. Who are they going to call it off of? If it's off Taunton, that's going to be a corner. That's going to be number 6, 4th here in the half. Number 7, 4 in the half for Franklin. Good box out by Franklin. And I believe this is going to be Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan with the kick. He goes low, driven out, way out of bounds. Franklin will have it just a little further back. That was O'Mahony O'Sullivan on the corner kick. Franklin will throw it in with under 23 to go here in the game on a brilliant, bright, spectacular, cool fall day. In front, some space, holding the shot, the block. I love the way Franklin played that. They took their time wanting the best available shot. Now it's kicked wide into the arms of Gallinger.
Yeah.
Scagliarini, who made a nice effort, just looked for the very best shot available. Didn't rush it, but his shot hit a defender and was blocked. Pretty much 75 to 85% of the field in shadows now. The lights are not on here at Piscini Stadium. Ball rolls back. Franklin protects it, and they'll have the throw in on the far side. Another sub coming in the game for Coach Nick Goldman. And checking in for Franklin as Danny Reese goes out is going to be Jackson Labella, the junior. Reese, the senior. Throw in, blocked by the Tigers. Another header by Taunton, one by Franklin. The race for the ball, and Franklin takes it. Honekamp for Labella. Jackson, nice footwork. Drops it for O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Zach, further upfield, back to O'Mahony O'Sullivan. With some daylight, he's left-footed boot. He's going to send it in on the right side. Charging the shot there, and the goal. It gets through. O'Mahony O'Sullivan made the play. Did they nullify that goal?
I believe they're
They did
overturning it.
overturn the goal. Okay.
I think it was offsides. Ref's arm is up.
Okay, offside. Garrett Scagliarini thought they had the goal. He questioned what happened, but it's taken off. So we stay at 4-0. Goal kick coming for Taunton almost midway through the second half.
Great play there by Panthers, though. It's been quick passing. Everyone moving towards the net, getting shots on net, and it's been working all day for them.
Yeah, they're not rushing anything, taking their time, looking for good shots, wanting to make that extra pass. Blocked. This is Honekamp. Hesitation move. Now he's going to drive one through, and it's going to bounce in on one hop to Logan Gallinger. Under 20 to go now in the game. Gallinger kicks it low. Kicked high now by Franklin. Honekamp heads it forward. Franklin just swarming to the ball. Honekamp pushes the Tiger. No, there is a call. A delayed call. Fred Echeverry with the call. His partner today, Dan Murphy. Taunton with the free kick coming deep in their own end. Long upfield boot. Honekamp gets a head on it. Hesitation move by Georges. He'll kick it to his back line. Further back it goes to Jake Lorenzo. Low towards midfield. Franklin on the break. Honekamp on the right wing. Charging up there. Coming through with it. The centering ball is blocked on the shot there by Wyatt Herndon. He had Rappa out front. Couldn't get the clean shot away. It was blocked and kicked out. A throw-in coming for Josh Rappa for Franklin. Rappa goes long in front. Ball is loose in front. Franklin covers it. They'll center it out. Short little kick by Labella. Franklin still will control it. They'll drop it back. Popovic. Ritchie. Left-footed boot by Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. I think he's a natural left leg kicker. Franklin steals it by Popovic. Into the corner we go. Franklin, look at the footwork here. And the left-footed boot rolls up and saved by Gallinger. on the shot by Scagliarini. I don't think he's a natural left leg kicker, but he let that one go left side. 17 and a half to go and counting here in the game.
Yeah, another good save by Gallinger. He's really been the main reason Taunton's still somewhat in this game. Franklin's got a lot of shots. They got 7 shots this half, 6 in the first.
Wow.
13 throughout the game. They're total pummeling on offense.
Scagliarini. They drive it forward. Rappa. Josh holding. Beautiful dribbling by Rappa. He put it on a clinic in the shot and the goal. The goalkeeper was just, I don't know what happened to him. He didn't make an effort for it. I'm not sure what happened. He just gave up on it. I believe that was Scagliarini.
Yeah,
Scagliarini gets his second goal. They put up 4. Do you think there's a possibility the last goal by Scagliarini was taken off the board? They're still showing it at 4-0. We have it at 5. 2 goals by Scagliarini. This one comes at 17. No, it's still it's still shown there at 4. Not sure what that's all about. We had a score come with 39:01. Yeah, we said 59 seconds into the half they scored. It's not been posted.
There were no whistles either or signals by the referees at that time.
Mm-hmm.
The signal was taken off.
Honekamp has it back after the kick, after the goal. I guess we'll have to go with what the scoreboard says, 4-0. We'll take that previous goal by Scagliarini off the board, and we'll call it 4-0 with an asterisk next to the 4. Long boot by O'Sullivan. Franklin gets to it, and they roll one up, and Gallinger will have to make that stop.
Taunton's just taking their time right now. No urgency from them.
No. This is that morale piece that Coach Estrella talked about. It's evident here on the playing field. Taken back by Connell. In front for Scagliarini. He's pushed off on the play. O'Connell centers it up in front, and a nice save there. A beauty as coming through with that blast was Will McCauley. And Gallinger again makes the save. You're right, he's the reason why this is not a huge rout. Pretty good goalkeeper. Gallinger, only a junior, Logan Gallinger.
Yeah, he'll be really good for them next year, too. Help rebuild this team.
Their other goalkeeper is a senior, so it looks like it's Gallinger's role. Backward kick by Popovic goes out of bounds. Under 15 to go in the game. Pete Royce with you. Chris Shanahan alongside. Chris Leverone producing. Franklin double teams the Tiger, but it's controlled by Taunton. They kick it forward. That's going to go across. A goal kick coming for the Franklin High Panthers. Franklin, number 27 in the state in the latest MIAA rankings, but with a great record of 9-3-1, 9-2-1 in the Hawk. 14:23 to go in the game. Goal kick coming for Casey Flynn, who's been not too busy back there today.
Yeah, only 2 shots on net by Taunton throughout this game.
And one came from, 65 yards away?
Yeah, one was a really long one. Easy save for Flynn.
Whistle stops play, a foul on Taunton. See if they give the Panthers a free kick here in the middle of the field. They will. And it'll be taken just inside the 50. Taken by Jake Lorenzo. Lorenzo, a senior. See what he can do with it. He's going to drive it strong. One hopper. It's blocked by a defender. Danny Reese back in the game, chips it away. Over to Popovic. Richie coming around the screen. He lets one go. A wicked one hopper gathered in by, you guessed it, Logan Gallinger. Under 13:30 left. Franklin 4, Taunton no score. Kick is hit high and knocked out as defending was Connell. Subs coming in for Franklin. Pramod is coming back in, and also coming back in is going to be Alex Solaris. So Pramod comes in. He's a junior, and Solaris, a senior, comes in the lineup for Coach Nick Goldman. Taunton to the ball first here, and they blast one forward, but right to a Panther. It was Solaris. I'm sorry, Pramod. 12:30 to go. 4-0, Franklin on top. Throw in coming for the Taunton Tigers. Goes in front of their bench. All the way back to the back line, and Lorenzo hits one high. Headed back by Taunton. Back to Pramod, and Taunton with some space on the left side. Charging through, centering ball. Pretty good look, but Franklin defends it. Now the long blast, and that's going to be bobbled, but diving on it was Casey Flynn. He was all alone there, no real danger, but he wasn't sure who was around him. He just fell on it. Franklin starts it out. Labella. Good drive here. Nice move. And that was their best shot. And clapping his hands, thinking he had a possible goal, was a Tiger on that one. A beautiful ball delivered there by the Tigers. We'll try to find out who that was as soon as he turns his back. And that was Terry Simon. Terry Simon. Interesting first name, Stherry. Sterry. He almost had the first and only goal so far for the Tigers. This is he with it near midfield. Franklin turns it back, though. Franklin turns on the speed. This is Connell, Alex Connell on the left side. He centers one up. It rolls in just before a Panther could get there. Gallagher hauls it in. Charging down fast was Solaris. And Gallagher was quick to the ball. Makes the stop for Taunton. He kicks it out. Blocked by Arrojo. Franklin goes down. Spilled down was Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. And he'll get a free kick. Inside midfield. We're coming up on 10 minutes to go in the game. It's going to be Lorenzo with the free kick. And he blasts one. Caught in midair with a Panther right in front of him. Right in front was Jackson Labella. The ball is out of bounds, and Franklin will have it at midfield, under 10 to go. 4-0, Franklin on top. Jackson Labella, the junior. Going out now is Reese, and coming back for Franklin is Aiden Arrojo. Ball in front, and Flynn will send it up to Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Zach, left side, right side pass. Franklin gets to it, but they kick it out of bounds. A throw in coming for Taunton. Was trying to get to it was Will McCauley. McCauley, the sophomore forward.
Yeah, about 9 minutes left. It'll be interesting to see if Taunton can just put a couple good scoring opportunities to the test and see if they can get one past Flynn.
The effort by Simon was a beauty. Coach Goldman told you and me before the game, Taunton has some players, but they're just not functioning as a team so much. They have some individual talent, and Simon put it on display on that rush a couple of minutes ago. Play upfield, and Taunton will have the throw in further up in front of their bench. The field just totally in shadow right now. And soon this will be cleared and football will take over tonight. Home game for the Panthers. Franklin defending well. Little push there, and that's going to be awarded. The ball will be awarded to Taunton. Coming up on 8 minutes to go. At the 5-minute mark, the clock will stop on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard, which is brightly lit in the shadows of the stadium here today, right now anyway. Free kick coming for the Tigers. This is a good opportunity for them. They drive one through, headed in front. Who's going to get to it? Taunton gets to it. Now Connell clears it for Franklin. Nice move by Alex Connell. It's a good kick, though, by Taunton, and Franklin wins the ball on the far sideline.
Yeah, that's been the story. Franklin's defense and Casey Flynn in net have been really working, really playing hard today. Might be on their way to an 8th shutout on the season if they can keep it up.
Foul called against out of bounds on Taunton. Franklin will have it upfield. It's a game in which Franklin's coach Nick Goldman has substituted quite freely. A lot of players getting in on the action. It's going to be a free kick for the Panthers. It's going to be Zach O'Mahony O'Sullivan. I believe he's a left leg booter. See what he can do with it here with 7:17 to go. Clock is stopped. Moment now it starts. Or it will start on the kick. And there it is. O'Sullivan O'Mahony drives it. One hopper. Terry was there looking for a possible rebound. Doesn't get it, in a goal kick coming up for the Tigers of Taunton. Looking for their first victory of the season. They're 0-12-1, a long campaign for the Taunton Tigers so far in 2024. Under first-year coach Rui Estrella. Kicked over to the side by Lorenzo. Tigers win the ball. Still playing hard. Down 4-0. Double team by Franklin. Forces the turnover. Nice maneuvering here by O'Mahony O'Sullivan. Turned over though. And now kicked forward by O'Mahony O'Sullivan. For McCauley. Will gets the pass up. Left wing for Solaris. Alex centering it up. Back to, no, he keeps it there, does Connell. And he'll drop it back to Labella. Right side. Charging in on the fast drive. Little push from behind, no call. The boot on the left side, the pass, and the headed goal. What a spectacular goal there. I believe that was off his head, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a play.
That was Pramod. Ethan Pramod with the goal. A beauty. And he does a somersault on the field. Ethan Pramod. What a spectacular goal. Off his head and in. A beauty for Pramod. That makes it 5-0. It comes at 5:50. That's one of the best goals I've seen this year and for many of years. Ethan Pramod, the sub, blasted home. Beautiful pass. Franklin filled the lane beautifully. Score comes at 5:50, 5-0.
Yeah, incredible play. Perfect pass, and Pramod just dives full out, head first.
I know it.
Perfect.
Spectacular. Wow. Hope you enjoyed watching that one, fans. That was something. Covered up now by Franklin at midfield. This is the same score the first game ended in. We still have 5 minutes to go. Franklin substituting freely. Connell, who's been heavily involved, had to sail over him. It'll be a throw-in coming for Taunton. And there's 5 minutes left. The final 5 in this one. Scoreboard will stop. And we'll have the officials controlling the scoreboard clock on their persons. McCauley tries to steal it. Sent to the back line. Franklin with some offensive forechecking. Still doing it is Solaris. Pramod is in there. Here he comes, Ethan again. Pramod carrying it forward, gets a pass off, and now the shot and the goal again. Pramod with the assist this time. And the goal by Solaris. Alex Solaris with the goal. Pramod with the assist. Pramod made the play, and Alex Solaris scores it at, well, we don't know exactly. I would say probably about 4:30 left, maybe 4:40. Makes it 6-0 Panthers. We'll call unofficially at 4:40. How about the skill set of Pramod? The goal scoring off his head and the good assist to his teammate Solaris.
Perfect. Back-to-back plays. Even with under 5 minutes, Franklin and Taunton, they're both playing hard still, playing until the whistle ends. 2 great plays by Pramod.
About 4 minutes left unofficially here. What a great game for Franklin. So many players in on the action. Remember, one of their goals was taken off. It could be 7-0. It's academic at this point. Franklin in control. Long boot in. Right in front. Gallinger, he's made so many saves, and you say, well, how good has he been? He's been very good. He's just been peppered with scoring blasts right in front of him. Save here by Arrojo, and the Panthers will draw the ball back. Unofficially about 3:30 left. It goes back to Lorenzo. Jake up front for Arrojo. He loses it. Putting pressure on was Popovic. Did he win the ball? Richie Popovic? He did. Richie Popovic wins it. That little play like that, Chris, not a big deal, but it just shows how Franklin is just so intent on making every play count. They're here, big 7-0 lead. Here's Popovic going all out, wins the ball, and gets the ball to the Panthers.
Yeah, they've been basically perfect all afternoon. Even till the final whistle, they're still playing hard. They're making the right play every time.
You're right. I haven't seen many mistakes by Franklin, if any. Real good game. 2 home games left in the regular season after this one. Blocked at midfield by McCauley, the sophomore. Over now to Hopkins. Franklin controlling it. Arrojo. Violation on Franklin. The ball would be turned back with unofficially 2:10 left here in the game. What a performance by the Franklin High Panthers. Pramod stops it. Nice move by Araujo. Pramod can't control it. Taken back, charging in, losing the ball. Zach O'Mahony-O'Sullivan. Pramod couldn't get it. O'Mahony-O'Sullivan does. For Hopkins. Franklin boxing out at midfield. McCauley wins the ball with some pressure. It's turned back to Franklin. They'll go to the back line with it. Taunton playing some spirited soccer at the moment, but it's much too little, too late. As Araujo kicks it forward, Taunton wins it. They'll send a pass on the right side for Christian Rodriguez. It's blocked and taken back by Lorenzo. Nifty little pass by Solaris. Up on the left side, hustling for it. Again, Franklin with such great speed, but they couldn't get to it. And the ball will be awarded, I believe, to Taunton? No. Franklin will have it. Is it going to be a corner? Yeah, that went off their own back line. It's going to be another corner for Franklin, number 8 in the game, 5 in this half. They go low. Out front, there's the blast blocked by a defender. It's free in front. Now the blast by Pramod. He had an open look at it. He buries his face in his hands.
They'll do it.
And the double whistle blows. And the game is in the books. Franklin wins it 6-0 as they led at halftime 3-0. 3 more in the second half. Goals by Prowenka, Terry Brahimi, Scaglarini, Pramod, and Solaris. Well, Chris Shanahan, you made your debut, and it was a victorious one. Almost a perfect game. This is the way they play every time, right?
Yeah. Great game by Franklin today.
Okay, your final thoughts on the game?
I think they played great. Little to zero mistakes made.
Yeah.
Dominated on offense. Defense was amazing.
And so there you have it. Franklin goes to 10-3-1 on the season, 10-2-1 in the Hawk, and Taunton drops to 0-13-1 in the season, 0-13-1 in the Hawk. We'd like to thank you viewers for tuning in to this big win for Franklin as they keep their winning streak going. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row for the Panthers. Remember, they were 3-3-1. They're now 9-3-1. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator today, Chris Leverone, among the first to arrive and the last to leave. Also thanks to my broadcast partner, Chris Shanahan, the junior at Franklin High School. This is Pete Royce saying so long from Franklin's Piscini Stadium. The final score for the final time, Franklin 6, Taunton no score. Till next time, so long, neighbors.